Good morning, children. Okay.
What do you want me to say? Like,
Well,
you're just elbowing me right now, and
Well, this is how I start all my videos. You watch them, right? Oh. Good afternoon, children. This is Kristen with Wuthering Reader coming in hot once again with Tyler, one of my best friends and best coworkers ever. So, we were going to do a really cool segment I like to call Try to Guess the Book by Its Cover. I feel like there's a better name for that, like something more catchy.
probably, but we can figure it out later.
So today what's going to be happening is I'm going to be showing some of my favorites and not favorite books, and he is going to be guessing what the plot is just based on the cover, because this guy is hella vain.
I mean, it's not my fault that you pick out such ugly books.
Oh, that's super mean.
Well, first off, I want to say I don't know these simply because, like, this one likes to read a lot.
Love it.
Don't. School ruined it for me.
One of these days, I will find a book that is perfect for Tyler. Starting off, we are going to go with My Year of Rest and Relaxation, which has a very distinct cover, which I think I said in one of my videos before, I bought it just because of the cover.
She looks as bored as reading makes me feel. I don't know. Oh, I'm supposed to guess the plot, you said.
Yeah, I mean, not be all mean.
Well, you invited me. I don't know. Let's see. She looks bored, lazy, maybe lazy. I don't know. That hair takes a lot of work. Well, the title says to me that she's just basically sleeping for a year.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the exact plot of the book.
All right.
Which I guess I chose something with a really, really obvious title.
Is that a point for me then?
Point for Shoop.
Ding, 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 ding.
Next is one you guys remember me absolutely raving about that I loved this year, and that was Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Let's get a good look at that cover before I hand it off to Tyler.
Who's airing out Madonna's laundry? That looks like her bras, doesn't it? Oh, those are tents. Okay, well, this looks like camping sites, but there's no forest. So it's just, I don't know, a group of people camping in the plains for some reason, because they want to be struck by lightning.
It's incorrect, so that is a point toward me.
Oh, what a big shock.
Oh, this one, the cover gives absolutely nothing away, is about the end of the world, and it's like 20 years after the world has ended, and a virus wipes out almost everyone, and it follows a troupe of Shakespeare performers that go around and perform Shakespeare for the survivors.
You know, I should have guessed the end of the world.
Really, why?
Just because, like how that expression from the previous book told me that someone was bored.
Oh.
This just looks empty and sad.
Next is another favorite from this year, and that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So.
Okay. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
It's kind of another giveaway in the title.
A little bit. I can tell you though, she is actually wearing something that I think looks good.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of the belt, but you know, to each their own. My guess for this one is she's a black widow that has murdered her 7 husbands, or at least 6 of them, and she's on the 7th.
That is another point to me. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, though she is not murdering all of her husbands, has had 7 husbands at different points in her life. But this is a book that concentrates on a bisexual actress in the 50s, and it kind of goes through her life and shows everything that happens based on each marriage.
So someone wrote a book about my life and put it in the 50s. Really? Clearly.
Ma'am.
Alright, fine. Next.
Next is one I haven't talked about on my channel yet, but it's definitely one of my favorites from this year. The Humans by Matt Haig. How would you pronounce that?
Haig or Haig.
Hi.
But how am I supposed to guess this? This looks like someone was starting to draw a face and was too lazy to finish it.
Maybe that's the point, perhaps?
Is that the point of it, really? Like, how am I supposed to guess the plot in this?
I'd love to see you try.
This is giving me nightmares for intro to printmaking. I don't know, people shrunk down and exploring a cavernous nose.
That actually sounds really great and like an episode of the Magic School Bus.
It probably was.
Well, I have to say that's another point to me because The Humans is about an alien who comes down to Earth and takes over a guy's body. And
Through
takes
his
over...
nose?
No, but he actually, it's a big point in the book where the nose is like the coolest part of a human's being.
I could think of a couple other places.
See, he starts off to where it's the ugliest and weirdest part, but by the end, it's cool. The nose.
People read this?
Well, you know what they say. You never knows until you try. So next, on my list is one of the coolest books of the year, and that is Circe by Madeline Miller.
So this is the rest of the cover from the previous book. This is a face. This book at first looks pretty, but when you look at it, all this shine to it just makes it look gaudy. This is just too much. I get blinded before I even read the damn thing.
So that one's a really empowering story about the Greek goddess Circe, and it's good.
Yeah, I did get Greek from that, but again, gaudy.
The Greek gods were gaudy.
Is that another dad joke?
Shut up. Next is one that I really enjoyed. I read earlier this year, and I wanted to see what he thought, but that is Little Children by Tom Peretta, who I was really getting into.
These are not little children, I hope.
Oh, that's...
Are they just dead? Are they just dead?
No. They actually just had sex.
That does not look post-coital. That looks post-gunshot. They look incredibly dead.
Well, to be fair, that's not the original cover. That's the movie cover that they did for it.
See, movie covers are so terrible, like 90% of the time. This is how you need to do it, alright? You need to get not something that looks like just a boring photo from a set. You need something that looks pretty. She looks fierce. She looks strong. And she looks like she's ready for action.
I also share his opinions with movie cover books. I always like to snag the original beforehand.
What do you know? She agrees with me on something.
Okay, next. So this one is another one I bought solely for the cover, so I'm excited to see what Tyler thinks about this one, and that is a Grady Hendrix horror book called Horror Store, which looks like an IKEA catalog, and it's gorgeous.
Okay. Oh, God.
What?
This actually has something that is probably my worst nightmare.
Well, yeah, see, I thought it was really creepy, too.
It's
when they
this
put
yellow couch. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Did you not see the ghost on it?
I mean, that just looks like me in the morning.
Yellow couches can look okay.
That is hideous.
What if you have other... What if you have, like, other primary colors around it? Like, say, like a red shelf next to it.
Oh, so I can make my house look like a kindergarten classroom? No, thank you.
Okay, so next is one I really enjoyed this year. I've been really getting into Frederick Bachman. He always has really iconic covers. Britt Marie Was Here was one of my favorites.
Okay, so what am I looking at here? Looking at some brunette with... She looks like she's short. And she's got a bag of cleaning stuff. You know who she reminds me of?
I don't know.
You. You are the biggest clean freak I've ever seen in my life.
I'm actually not.
Yes, she is.
Compared to him, I am.
Oh, excuse me for living a normal life, but my therapist says I need creative chaos.
Next is one of my favorite books of all time. It's actually one that is very deeply personal to me in a lot of different ways, and though it's considered a children's book, I think it is more for adults than anyone, and that is The Little Prince. And there is no way someone could have a heart and insult this one.
Is that the moon he's standing on?
Oh no, it's a comet.
It looks like it's farting.
What? Where?
Yeah, right there. Little poot.
That's a volcano.
And it looks like a little poot. And actually, I know this is probably supposed to be like the sun or a star or something, but that looks like what it farted out.
No. I am never gonna look at this the same way. Why are you doing this? No, put that down. You're defiling that. Well, though the cover isn't as thrilling as one would hope for such an epic and beautiful and heart-wrenching story, my next book is my favorite book of all time, and that is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo.
Okay.
I will fight this one.
Once again, nightmares of printmaking class in college. Reminds me way too much, because that is printmaking. It is a relief print. That was the worst class I ever had.
Okay, but what does that have to do with this beautiful, wonderful book?
It makes me think of it immediately.
So that would make you put this book down?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
This is such a good book.
Because it's negative association. No.
Do you even want to guess what this beautiful plot is?
It's got the French flag, so France. It's also French.
I mean,
Les Miserables.
I mean, yeah.
Les Miserables, is that supposed to be the miserable?
The miserable ones.
That's how I feel.
Okay, 1 second. What do you think of this one? It's a pretty edition
It's
of
the
it.
same damn thing.
No, look, it's all colorful
It is
and
the
pretty.
same damn thing. It's
And it
still,
shows the vibrancy.
that is
about
still a relief print. And also, it just looks crazy
Okay,
and chaotic
that's
in the
the
back.
original design for it, though. Like, that's whenever it was printed way back when. Like, that's important. It's important to keep that icon.
Mm. Yeah. It's also got a creepy child on the front.
It's not a creepy child. It's a starving child. Okay. I am going to attempt to retain a professional atmosphere, as this is a guess the plot challenge, not judge the book by its cover challenge.
We already dropped the whole plot thing.
We're gonna move on. Well, I have one last book that I am ready for you to trash, and it's another one of my favorites, so I am having a lot of regrets by putting it on this list.
You said this is the last one?
The last one.
Oh, thank God.
So the last one, as you all know, is one of my favorites. I'm not looking forward to this. But that is Wuthering Heights, and I actually happened to pick my prettiest cover of it, so.
Okay, well, this is just cheating. Because you know I like purple.
He loves purple.
But you know what? I do have one thing to say about it.
What could you possibly say? Wait a second. It's got purple lined edges. It is a minimalist cover with pretty designs, and it's got gold. Okay, what?
There's just not enough for me to critique.
Ah.
Yeah, it's pretty vines, pretty grass. The title is nice and legible. And see, this isn't gaudy to me because it's just the title. It's not all of the picture.
Okay.
So, are you happy now?
I'm so happy. It's
Fine.
something we can agree on. I'm going to pick much prettier books next time then.
I'm still not going to read it.
Does it look like a butt?
It looks like the profile of a butt.
Oh my gosh, you look like the profile of a butt.
And?
That's really mean.
I was just say, like, are you trying to insult me because it's not working?
No, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just lashing out because I'm hurt.